I'm Anastasia, and this is something that helped me. I know every story is different, but I hope that in this you can find something to help you as well. Best of luck.
So the school would call me because Benjamin had been throwing up, and as soon as I picked him up from school, he would be perfectly fine. He would be complaining that he was so hungry. He wanted me to take him to Taco Bell or McDonald's. He wanted me to bring him food. He would be so excited that he was out of school. He'd want to run around and play and ask me if we could go to the park or ask me if we could go to the Y and go swimming. He had so much energy and he was so excited to just go out and live life. And our school has this rule that if you throw up, you can't come back to school for 24 hours. So we got to play hooky a lot back in 2017, a lot. I got him medical attention. I brought him to the doctor so many times, but at this time there were more questions than answers. Nobody could tell what was wrong. We had him talk to a therapist, wondering if anxiety was really the root of the problem. And he did a ton of blood work trying to figure out what was going on. I have to tell you, when we went to the therapist, Benjamin sat down, fell promptly asleep at the therapist office, and so the therapist talked to me and asked a lot of questions. Of course, nobody could wake up Benjamin, and so then she told me, oh, he's fine. It's normal for children to be sleepy. So I have to remind you, if you know that there is something terribly wrong with your child, you don't need to take no for an answer. You can follow that instinct that's inside of you that tells you to keep searching for the cause, for the reason. It doesn't matter if you have 10 specialists tell you he's perfectly fine. If your parental instinct tells you that there's a problem, that instinct is valuable and you need to follow it. So anyway, one coping mechanism that I used at this time was to call somebody who really loved to talk. I was mentally and emotionally drained, exhausted from this stress. And it was so nice to just sit back and listen to my friend going on and on and on about her own life, the daily joys and frustration of a normal, typical life. It really helped me keep my mind off of all of these unanswerable questions. So take a minute in your journal and just write down, who could you call that will talk your ear off? Who always has a joke to make you laugh? Who can you call that will tell fun stories about the past and you can get carried away with reliving the good old days? Who can you call to give you sound advice? Who listens to your fears and concerns without judgment? Call someone who loves to talk. Throughout our journey, there have been different times when I called on each of these different people in my list. Sometimes I really needed somebody funny so I could just laugh and let go of all of that stress and anxiety. And sometimes I needed somebody who would hear me and listen to my feelings of inadequacy and not try to tell me that I was doing just fine and it'd all be okay, but validate that yes, I was going through hell and I couldn't fix it and that's painful. Sometimes I needed somebody that I could call and they would tell me, you need to do this and this and this. Those are not all the same people. So it's good in your life to take a minute to identify who are these people. This is your team. They will carry you through. Lean on them. They love you. They want to help you.
It used to really bother me. Every single person would say, I don't know how you do it. And for me, I realized the answer is 1 day at a time, sometimes 1 minute at a time. People would say, I could never do that. Yes, you could, and you will. The journey is long and bumpy, but keep taking those tiny steps, and you can do this. I promise. Whatever is standing in front of you today, you can get through it.